If you thought Homelander had already gone too far, Episode 4 proves he's only getting started. The Boys, Season 5, Episode 4, opens with one of the most disturbing moments of the season so far. Homelander tells Firecracker to begin spreading a new message to the public, that he is God. Not a hero, not a leader. God. Firecracker clearly finds it blasphemous, but she forces a smile and goes along with it, showing once again that fear is now the real currency inside Seven Tower. Meanwhile, Butcher brings Ryan back to the base and tries to talk sense into him, but Ryan has had enough. He storms off, convinced Butcher never truly cared about him. That relationship continues to unravel, and every time Ryan feels rejected, he drifts closer to becoming exactly what everyone fears. Back at headquarters, Frenchie reveals that recreating the soup-killing virus could take weeks. Huey, frustrated and desperate, suggests taking a dangerous trip to Fort Harmony to search for V1 immediately. He wants to save Kimiko, Annie, and Butcher before time runs out. The pressure inside the group is building fast, and nobody is handling it well. Elsewhere, Annie decides to confront her own past by visiting her father, Rick. She sees herself in him, someone who abandoned loved ones when things got difficult. Rick is now a cop, and things get even more awkward when Annie learns his teenage son, Mason, thinks Starlight is basically a terrorist. But over time, father and daughter begin to reconnect. Rick admits he regrets leaving and says he's proud of the woman Annie became. It's one of the rare emotional moments of peace in an otherwise chaotic episode. At the same time, Sage is quietly manipulating bigger events behind the scenes. She convinces Soldier Boy to help sabotage Homelander by playing on his ego and hinting they could become immortal together. Soldier Boy hates the idea of helping Homelander, but he agrees to go to Fort Harmony. That uneasy alliance becomes one of the most entertaining parts of the episode. The Deep also gets one of the strangest moments of the night when he enjoys sushi and suddenly realizes how much seafood he's been missing. Before he can enjoy it, Noir interrupts and warns him to watch his back after betraying him. Even in smaller scenes, the paranoia inside Homelander's world is growing. Then the show doubles down on satire. Firecracker realizes the public can't be sold on traditional Christianity anymore, so instead, they decide to give America what it wants: an American God, someone who will make the country great again. Oh Father, a preacher with his own agenda, supports the idea because it can save his bankrupt church. This is one of the darkest commentaries the show has ever made. Religion, politics, celebrity worship, all merging into one terrifying machine. At Fort Harmony, things immediately feel wrong. Dead bodies are everywhere. Animals have torn each other apart. The boys begin insulting each other for no reason, and tensions spike fast. Frenchie figures out why. The V1 has infected living things with a rage toxin that causes explosive anger and violence. Somehow, thanks to his drug history, Frenchie is immune. That makes him the only clear-headed person in the building. As the infection spreads, the boys finally implode. MM and Butcher argue over whether to destroy V1 instead of using it as a cure. Kimiko and Huey lose control. What starts as shouting turns into a brutal three-way fight. Years of resentment pour out all at once. This isn't just a virus making them angry, it's exposing everything they've buried. Meanwhile, Homelander and Soldier Boy are trapped in their own toxic father-son spiral. Homelander needles Soldier Boy about his past, exposing how his father bought him into the original V1 trials. Soldier Boy says little, but then makes his move. He tricks Homelander into a uranium-lined containment cell designed to weaken Soups. With Homelander trapped and sickened, Soldier Boy finally admits the truth. He hates his son. It's cold, brutal, and one of the most satisfying reversals Homelander has faced in years. Elsewhere, Butcher runs into Homelander and taunts him. Homelander, still obsessed with becoming a divine ruler, promises that once he ascends, he'll kill all non-believers, starting with Butcher. Frenchie then finds Soldier Boy and lures him toward the real source of the toxin, Quinn, one of the original Vought patients, now transformed into a monstrous vine creature. Frenchie manipulates Soldier Boy into killing Quinn, destroying the rage toxin instantly. Everyone regains their senses, but then something unexpected happens. Soldier Boy breaks down crying and apologizes to Quinn. Underneath all the swagger and violence, he had real feelings for his old friend. It's one of the most human moments Soldier Boy has ever had, and maybe the saddest. Annie's storyline also gets closure. Mason apologizes before she leaves. Rick tells Annie not to give up on the people she loves. She returns to base and reconciles with Huey, while Butcher and MM awkwardly share a drink, trying to patch things up. But the episode saves its most terrifying image for the end. At a packed church service, O Father unveils the Divine Rebrand. The church is renamed the Democratic Church of America. Using his super scream, he introduces Homelander as the Prophet of America. The crowd erupts in cheers as Homelander walks in and smiles. And just like that, he's no longer trying to control the world through fear. Now he's doing it through worship. Episode 4 may not be the bloodiest chapter of the season, but it may be the most dangerous. Because Homelander doesn't just want power anymore. He wants believers.